legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and our home team. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone.
At their own 26-yard line.
Hands up, lady! Like my boy. Get him!
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
55. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
From the 27, Dalton. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
I'm coming after you. Motion. Move.
On first, here's Washington. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's the newest member of the 15,000-yard club. It's Frank Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to have a third down.
Hands up, lady! Watch the ship.
Now a delayed give to Gore. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terrence Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with Howard. They find some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jordan Howard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And there's the first NFL catch for N'Keal Harry. 16 yards, a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hands up. Ladies.
54 Mike. Record.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Regular. Strip that ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dalton. And this one's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50?
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I have to believe that if you're the team trying to block a field goal, you don't mind this weather. All right, the rain probably is going to help you because so many things can go wrong for the guys trying to kick the ball. It's as simple as maybe you just lose your footing. You kind of spin out like a tire in the snow, not getting traction, and you create a space and someone comes through.
And I think for everybody, snapper, holder, kicker, everything slows down maybe a fraction of a second. And a fraction of a second at a field goal try, that can be all the difference.
I love how you described that. Everything slows down, but it's a deliberate slowdown, isn't it? Because everyone's trying to be more careful and more deliberate to make sure it's executed.
11 yards there, first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Bengals 48, Rams 3.
Check 43.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. McManus now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. From midfield here, Dalton. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Practice. Hey, one set. Check Mike, 54.
Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I'm going to hit you all day,
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Jordan Reed has it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 19. Dalton here from the gun. Steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
2 by 2.
Give me some.
Move.
Now Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now Trubisky. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. First down. Here's the run to Montgomery. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let him know.
They'll start on the ground with Gore. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Throw left side on target to Thielen. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Try the right side with Howard. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And Latimer's got it.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Right there, 54.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And he slings one that's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first and goal, Howard. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Play action here with Dalton. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety Jamal Adams. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Trubisky now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
Blue. 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11th. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Clement. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead him up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A.J. Boye up to make the tackle. Again, it's Howard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Bengals on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. A big offensive